to camp here. Isn't that the door we just went into? From just a different point of view. We must be close. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Be cautious. Be constant.
Scroll defense.
Are you ready to take the oath? To spread the word of the gods to the lost and heathen?
Ring of Unshackling ×2.
I am trusting you to remain loyal to the gods in this. If you do not, you will have greater powers than me to answer to. But you will answer to me as well.
Screw you.
I wouldn't ask this were there any other choice.
This is a missionary, same as I was. Taught the wrong things as I was. Osionis. They have held off many would-be invaders.
You are ready to give a confession?
I am ready to hear one from you.
Enter the boss mode. Memories of the Ancients complete. You've come to a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with Adra and rimmed with copper. At the far end of a great pillar of Adra pierces the floor from below like a ragged spike, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Your thoughts are yours and not yours, and they are all questions. At the base of the pillar stands Theos, a look of concern on his face as he notes your approach. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all others, spinning madly in your mind, but you don't dare to ask it yet. You need some admission from him first, some hint of veracity of your suspicions.
You are far from your post, Inquisitor. What brings you here?
Your mind races, weighting different angles of approach, your emotions barely in check. What is this place? We are in a sanctum holy to Boudica. There are others like it in service to the other gods. I come here often to pray for her counsel, and in this space I may be assured that she hears me. Was Iovara telling the truth? That
woman sought only to destroy the foundations of peace and civility that my people sacrificed everything to build.
That machine behind you, what does it do? It has many
uses, but its purpose is to bring structure to the chaos that surrounds it.
All these statues, who are they of?
They are monuments to Boudica's greatest servants among my people. I hope to join them myself one day, but my work is not yet complete.
Was the entire Inquisition based on a lie?
The Inquisition was based on the need to cut the flesh from a rotting wound.
You are shaking now, having lost all patience for tact. No more evasion. You have to know everything you believed, everything you have done for the gods. Did you lie to me when you said the gods could end suffering? Theos says nothing. And there are no gods.
What is a god? A higher power? A rewarder of good deeds and punisher of the wicked? Something men can turn to in their darkest moments when their days seem only like bridges from one tragedy to the next. Our gods are all these things.
With his every word, you find yourself losing control of a boiling cauldron of rage, and doubt and fear and hopelessness, until you take it no more. Are there no gods?
We are in a sacred place within earshot of the gods themselves. This is not the time. You've been through much these past few months. You will return home and you will rest. When you feel you have recovered, you may rejoin us at the trials. The Inquisition is far from over, and I will have need of you. There are many who continue to spread the lies of the apostate. The Inquisition will not end until we have pronounced judgment on all of them.
His eyes linger on you, and there is no mistaking the threat behind it, and your rage shrinks at the image of an iron wheel in your mind, monolithic and caked with dried blood of thousands. You do not ask your question again.
How did you find it?
I'm not here to talk this time. I didn't. It was Lady Webb.
Another in a string of acts of petty defiance. For all her knowledge, she always preferred spite over reason.
She loved you.
Then she should have obeyed. I ask one thing of all my followers. She was incapable. A waste of rare talent and intellect.
Blind obedience is a lot to ask of someone with a mind of their own.
What of your cohorts, then? They have followed you to their deaths. Is it loyalty that brings them here? Or is it, as my agents suggest, that they have no direction of their own?
That's pretty much true.
You worshipped Aethys, did you not?
Your spies are good. What gave me away? The cape?
Yet when your god needed you the most, you chose your country.
Edra frowns, irritated.
We were being invaded. Not by anyone who was acting like a god.
Then I should think your hometown gave you a hero's welcome when you returned.
They made cake. Hard to blame people for losing faith when it's the gods who are misbehaving.
The gods argue over how best to prevent Kith society from destroying itself. These disruptions would not be necessary were mortal instinct not so diseased. What of you, Orlan? My agents tell me you are far from home, both in distance and in years. Have your friends proven a worthy distraction from the pain of ostracism?
Ostracism? Is that the name for the groin rash your mother gave me? Don't fool yourself, old man. You know nothing about me.
Enlighten me, then. Is it Gallowayne you serve, or is it Wau?
I give both gods their due service, but I am servant to neither.
But such difficulty on the way. If you had only accepted that perhaps you were fit to serve neither god, just as you were unfit to serve your tribe, you might have saved yourself the trouble.
My tribe was unfit to serve me. And yes, I'm not fit to serve any god. I need only serve myself. Can you claim that, Theos? Are you your own master, or are you just Woodika's wet nurse?
I serve all people, better than they will ever know. Better to live a competent servant than an incompetent master.
Duran stares at Theos with a beast's snarl. Theos watches him calmly.
You built a weapon that delivered exactly as promised.
I served my goddess as you did yours.
Yet the other builders were slain, 11 of a dozen. Why not you? Were you somehow different? Redeemable in your god's sight?
Whatever desire I had to be redeemed in her eyes was weakness, purged by the Watcher's sight.
Or was it merely that your goddess wanted you dead as well, and your delusions of importance prevented you from seeing the obvious?
A whore's beguiling charms, nothing more. But the spell's broke now, Theos. The trial's over. I know friend from foe. And I've come here now to see a foe repaid.
You were able to destroy a god because another god wished it. Without her hand to guide you, you could not strike at a god any more than you could strike the sky. You are impotent. And not just from the pox.
Nice. Nice. Nicely done, Theos.
I understand your Duke's bells gave you a mission.
Paulician lifts her head defiantly. Their orders do not absolve me of my greater responsibility to safety and well-being of the Republics. You might want to skip over this one, Theos. Don't pick a fight. You can't win.
Yet you disobeyed. Something you already have a reputation for. They will know, of course. If it had been for a worthy cause, they might have forgiven you. But I don't see them pursuing animancy after seeing what it's done here. They trusted you, and you disappointed, as you always have. And you will again be disowned.
The parents scold, but the children are safe. Whether animancy research continues in the Republics or not, they will survive. For now, that's enough. In any case, I wouldn't be so smug about my fate, Theos. She takes a long step forward, a sinister smile spreading across her face. I imagine Boudica responds to disappointment much more severely than even my dukes.
State your name and purpose, young acolyte.
My name belongs to the gods, in my hand to their service. And I'm going to purge it of your stain.
You serve none but yourself. Without contact with your order, you can have no higher purpose. Only the base concerns of the flesh. You have cast yourself from our ranks.
No. I've risen above them. I'll take the leaden key and lead in a way that you, who remained nothing more than a slave to the gods, never could.
A leader without insight, directing an organization that does not question. Quite a vision, Initiate. You are here because you are lost. The gods cannot reach everyone, I'm afraid. May you fare better in your next lives.
He directs his gaze at you.
I gather you have had your soul awakened. Why else would you shadow my footsteps like some stray mongrel? You think I have something to offer you, but our business was concluded long ago.
What do you know of our business?
You think your abilities only flow in one direction. That isn't how it works, I'm afraid. Not for me. For all that you saw of my soul in the sanitarium,
Soon.
I saw as much of yours.
I lived my life by the lies you told. You owe me a truth.
I answered your questions once. That your soul is not fit to accept the answers is of little concern to me. I lied to no one. Not to you, not to anyone. The gods are real. They are everything we need them to be, and the world is better for it.
You convinced me once that spreading your false faith would end atrocities, yet here you are committing your own.
The spread of our faith ended many such atrocities. I do what I must to ensure it continues to do so. The heart of this country has skipped a beat, nothing more. I have done far worse. I plunged the peaceful kingdom of Telosus into civil war. I slew the monarch of Desantio, whose people never knew hardship under his rule, and replaced him with a cruel despot who brought them to ruin. When plague arrived at the great city of Arborensis, I saw to it that the cure did not. They piled their dead outside the city in heaps that rose above their walls.
Thanks, Parsec. Nothing could justify these atrocities.
That's where you are mistaken. There was a time Back when your soul was still a shapeless mist. When the world believed only in false gods. Thousands of them. Gods that told them to take slaves. Gods that told them to make war upon their neighbors and devour the slain. Gods that told them to burn their children alive and cover themselves in the ashes as a sign of their faith.
But all that changed when they learned of the true gods, our gods. All those misshapen bestial instincts melted beneath the radiance of our god's majesty. You could see it in their eyes, that dull emptiness replaced with the glimmer of a kindled spark. Teaching them that there were no gods would have achieved the same purpose.
And replaced it with one far worse.
Have you imagined this existence? The one the apostate would have created? We are all not so virtuous as she. Without our gods, the most wicked, the most tyrannical, they would take that power for themselves.
But more than that, it would be a hollow existence. All mysteries forever unanswered. All purposes constructed from meaninglessness. No endings to bring closure. Only a wheel, turning without mercy, grinding our spirits to dust.
You underestimate people.
For all my years, I have seen exactly what they are capable of. What the apostate asked was beyond any man. All I have seen, the millennia of experience. I will not be dissuaded from this course.
You're blind
This
to think...
is the only way.
No, it's not. You're blind to think yours is the only way. You are controlled by your own doubts.
We are all controlled by our own doubts. Better that we should be relieved of them. With your soul and thousands of others, I will see this world purged of its suffering. Hear me, Woedica. Your servant calls for aid. Roach 10!
Oh, shit. Well then. Let's start with a tactical retreat. Oh, that did nothing.
Hey.
Yeah, there was more statues. Was there? Chaos, I disappoint. Nice. Start with that. So, War enemy on you. Boom boom on you. Chain lightning on you. Knockdown on you. Still everyone. Oh, my OP spell even works on Theos and the statues. I disappoint as well. Sacre bleu, too strong. Yeah, it is pretty strong power. That's it. Ah!
Yes.
Lava will be on seek.
Can I hit both of those? Yes, I can.
Navarro, be on.
Enough of this.
What did he do? Soul jump. What's the cooldown on Sacre Blue? You mean my Sacre Blue? Or what, which Sacre Blue? I'm not actually sure what do you mean with that.
What? Yes. That's it! Ah, curse your eyes!
My opinion is, I need a 35 focus. And I get focus every time I do damage on enemies. One down. Holy. No need to use nuclear bombs, people. Ow. That hurt tiny bit.
Not even slowing it!
It was the pillar ability that priests have. This pillar of holy fire, but it was like a massive version of that. Yeah, the statue died and he healed.
Down!
Ready.
Ooh, that spell hurts. I need to stop Theos from casting. Oh hey, we want this. Hey Theos. I have this for you. There we go. It paralyzes target. Can you stop already? Stop. In the name of law.
Ruthen!
Not even slowing it down! Curse!
Oh, that hurt. Tiny bit.
What is it?
Dirty son of a door!
Well, there goes my healer. He blew up really badly. Oh, and did that just heal? Fully heal itself? This is not going very good at the moment.
Arthur! Worth and wrath!
Curses! Curses! I'm blinder than a warthog. It's back!
Sakridu!
Something?
What's the healing spell? Probably not.
Come on, Palagina, hang it. Oh!
We'll just try again.
Rith Uligna!
What is happening? Palagina's abilities going crazy. Crazy Harbinger.
Ruthen!
How may I help?
I may have broken the game again, sorry.
Curse my Curse my aim!
Curse my aim, Palagina is still doing stuff. Ah, we can do this. It's not too bad. Theo's soul jump into the statue. If you're asking about that knife.
Curse my aim!
That's it!
And I also summoned more friendlies.
Hey.
Damn it!
Lava will be unseated.
I don't know exactly now. We cannot harm him, and the statue is using his spells now, it seems.
Curse my aim!
Well, now it's Theos against me. Who needs the rest of the party anyways? Don't confuse the friendlies. You're still doing it. No, too late.
Lavaru beyond sea!
Done something.
Go, spiders, go! You can do it.
This thing isn't doing the job. Huh?
I would really like to know what the hitting thing is. Polygyna creates Polygyna.
Lavaru beyond.
Yeah, keep spamming the Harbinger all the time. Well, there goes the spider shit. It's always gonna hit Aether as well. I think I built Aether too tanky for Theos. And thank god he's only focusing on Aether, so Alot can spam spells from the background. He's so close to dying. Well, both of them now. Aether and Aloth are enough to bring down Theos. Working conditions Bell's party suck? Yeah, they do. Crawl over or you get fried. At your feet rests the body of Theos. hollow and dense wrinkles shaded by a silent smoldering of an eternal burden now smoothed across his color-drained face. His soul remains still for the moment, defenseless, its energy expanded in defeat. It lies sprawled across his body like a death shroud.
That's the servant down, and the mistress still to go. A good start, worthy of being built upon.
I hope this is the end, but what's to stop him from being born again with the same ill intent? And before you suggest the option, no, I'm not eating his soul. I'll put almost anything in my mouth, but not that.
In his own way, Theos must have truly believed he was caring for the people of Eora, protecting them from themselves. A shame his soul won't have a chance to reflect on his errors before it enters the wheel.
Some point, you have to look at the things your god is telling you to do. And ask yourself if it's worth it.
Sounds like a good idea, Knight. Stick his soul in the magic lamp. Well, Eder is the god in this. Just undying.
All those lives. And at the end of them, he was no better than the very people he sought to guide. A pity he would ever have to face that realization again.
Explore Theos' soul. With a deep breath you plunge into Theos' soul, and where in Brackenbury it had been a maze of narrow corridors and dead ends, now is an expansive and borderless, its walls crumbling into heaps like ruins of Engwith as you pass through them. You travel for what seems like ages, rushing to unknown destination, a memory you glimpsed once before. At last you see it, no more than a pinprick of light at the end of a long tunnel, expanding slowly at first, then quickly as you near. You come out in the room you are standing in now, but it is new and pristine and filled with people, thousands of them, all turned towards the great Adra pillar and the machine that encases it. Theos stands at the machine, and you are one with him now. You look out at the crowd, at the faces of shriveled old men and cherub-cheeked little girls, at mothers bouncing infants to quiet them, and fathers clasping their children's restless hands and watching you with somber acceptance. A woman with tears in her eyes gives you a small nod. You turn back toward the machine, your breaths constricted beneath the weight of unwanted knowledge, preparing yourself to set out alone on your journey without end. You close your eyes and open them again to find the machine still in front of you, beckoning. You take your place in front of it and place your hands upon the large mechanical disc at the base of the great crystal column and speak a single word. Giant rings creak to life, building speed, setting arrays of carved draconic mouths aglow and sending tremors through the platform beneath you. The entire room shakes now with the force of accelerating machine, all sound drowned out by its deep, deafening thrum. Brilliant tendrils of light arc outward from the pillar and in all directions, and you look over your shoulder to see them engulfing the crowd, burning them brightly like hot iron. One by one, tendrils disappear, leaving ashen effigies where people once stood, many of them disintegrating into grey heaps under the stress of the tremors. You look above the Adra pillar, and a glowing spherical mass has begun to coalesce atop the column where the arcs converge. It grows and pulses, translucent and pulpous, like some immense chrysalis, suspended in slow rotation, as though it were being spun from arcs of light. When the last arc disappears, the spectral mass hangs a moment, no longer rotating, so bright you must shield your eyes with an outstretched hand, and it seems to you as though it is looking at you. You bow your head in acknowledgement and look back up to see it melt into a pillar like a warm candle wax. The pillar flares with flash of light, bright as the sun itself, then fades to darkness. The machine slows down to an abrupt halt, and when the last echo of its grinding cogs has passed, the chamber is still, and you are alone. From all sides, reality begins to bleed in through the memory, and if you find yourself in your own skin once more, looking down on Theos' lifeless body. You sense listlessness to Theos' soul, an overwhelming fatigue that hinders its immediate escape and makes it vulnerable to manipulation. You feel as though your victory has given you some kind of hold over it, and you are able to do with it as you please. You will remember. You can return the cycle. You can tear the soul apart, banish his soul to Braith Eamon. Destroy all memories contained within. Tear his soul apart. If I return him to cycle, he can resurrect again. Banishing also. I'm gonna tear his soul apart. I do not envy you, Theos. I, of all people, realize the sway memories can hold. This time you were granted peace. This is the Braith Eamon, so you'll be trapped there for eternity until you beg forgiveness from the gods. So no, I'm gonna tear his soul apart. Paladin nods faintly. It is an ending, even if there's a little justice in it. You reach out for Theos' soul, and you can feel its frailty in defeat. Its texture like coarse and threadbare cloth on the brink of disintegration. You intuit yourself between the threads, pushing the weaving apart, unraveling the stitching until it is a breadth of structure, a formless heap bound together by nothing at all. In its midst, you dedicate your focus to a single idea, and the idea is shatter. You concentrate, and as you concentrate, you feel a force building within your soul, an outward pressure that strains against the containment, threatening to rupture your spirit. When you can contain it no more, you transfer it into Theos' soul all at once and release it there, a detonation of will that expands in all directions, driving out the remnants of existence, scattering it into nothingness. You can feel its presence no more. In the stillness that follows, a single word echoes through your mind, a word you spoke when you were one with Theos in the ancient memory. You realize it is the word that activates the machine.